What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, well, happy Monday. Today, we've got some more Rise of the Duelist action here in terms of support. Kind of another mini wave like the one we got, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, where we got like the random Deep Sea card, a new Nemesis card, a new Ancient Warriors card, just like a little handful of like one-off support cards for archetypes. I got another little wave right here, which is really cool. So nothing crazy though, but let's get into it otherwise. So we're starting off here with Machina or Machina Resurbrake. I don't know about that name, but we'll call it Resurbrake. I don't know what that refers to, but cool. He's a level 4 dark machine effect monster, which is kind of strange because Machina cards are usually Earth. I think the whole archetype is like Earth so far, so this is interesting here. But he has 1200 attack, 1800 defense, and 2 hard ones per turn effects. The first effect says, as a quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to target a Machina monster you control. It'll gain 1200 attack until the end of the turn. Okay? And the second effect, when a Machina monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle, and this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card back to your hand. Okay, so overall, man, this card in 2020, though, like if this card had come out like a couple of years ago, this card could have been interesting, but it's just like a battle hand trap. That's all it is. Like you get a quick 1200 boost, and then you have the potential to add this card back to your hand and use it again next turn. Like, it's fine. At worst case scenario, it's still a normal summon, it's still a body, but man, I don't know. I don't know if I really see the value here. Maybe this is a one-of if it's like super searchable in the deck, but I don't really see it doing too much more outside of that. And it's also a dark machine instead of an earth machine like the deck actually synergizes with a little bit more. So I'm curious on this one. This one's a little weird to me, but it's here. Yeah, so let me know if that's actually better than I think, but it doesn't seem very good. Next up we have Unauthorized Device Malefactor. I believe this is another card to go with the Machina card here, especially based off design. It's a level 1 Dark Machine Union effect monster. It has 500 attack and 0 defense, pretty standard for a level 1, and you can only use the second effect once per turn. First effect, once per turn, you can either target a face-up monster you control and equip this card to it, or unequip this card and special summon it. And if the equipped monster would ever be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. If this card that is currently equipped to a monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. Okay. So I'm curious on the second effect here about rulings. I know there are some semi-specific rulings that work with like union monsters. Like if you link the monster off, is this destroyed or is this sent? Like by rule, that's the curious thing, because if you could link off the monster it's equipped to, and then just get like this card as an extra body on board, then maybe this is interesting. Especially since they did reveal that quick effect spell that just like equips a union like straight from deck. That could make this interesting, because you could just like equip it, link off the monster. This gives you an extra body on board, and maybe it's something interesting there. But the protection is so standard, like regular union stuff. Drawing this seems like it's really bad because you can't even equip this from hand. It seems like you have to have it on field. Sorry for the yawns, guys. I just woke up. So I don't know, this card, they both seem actually like really not so good, like really not good at all, but maybe I'm missing something here, maybe I'm not, I don't know, but they don't seem very good to me. Moving on here, we have another Mathmech card. This is Mathmech Diameter. Okay, we measuring some circles here. We got a level 4 light Cyber's tuner effect monster, and he's a tuner, needle fiber status. He is 1,000 attack and 1,500 defense. You can only use his first and second effect once per turn each. When this card is normal summoned, you can target a level 4 Cybers in the graveyard and special summon it, but it cannot activate its effects. Okay, not bad. I mean, that's just, a solid, like, technically it's just like a +1, but, yeah. But definitely certain turn ones he won't be great, and it's only on normal summon, not on special summon. Okay. And the second effect, a Mathmech Synchro or Exceed monsters summoned using this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn, during the turn this card is special summoned, when an opponent's card or effect is activated, you can negate the effect. Now that's actually pretty cool. Wow. It's only during the turn it's summoned though, but I guess if you're just like making one of the boss guys that's like trying to kill, it's just then going to be just an auto like win, not win, but like an auto blank at least versus any one card, which is pretty good. Any one like card that they think would be protecting them, you're just like, nah, it's any card or effect activated, just negate it. Not too shabby, honestly. I think this card's nice. He's not a 3-of or anything in my opinion, just because of the fact that it really seems like he's going to be better after your first turn. Like, you really need to get a Mathmech engraved, but I'm sure there are ways too where turn 1 he can still be decent as well. He is a tuner. He could be just a piece of like needle fiber fodder where you just special summon him from the deck after making needle fiber, and as long as you already had another level 4 on the field, you could just make the level 8 synchro with him and another monster, and then you just have the level 8 synchro that can like at least apply some good pressure to your opponent and also just negate something for that would even threaten him in the slightest. So he definitely has some potential here. I like this card. I think it's pretty good, but probably just not a 3-of in the deck for sure. And then we have Dragon Cycle of Celestial Illusions. I believe this is a TENYI card. It's a quick play spell. It's a very good start. It's one of the most powerful types of cards you can be in the game. You can only use either this card's first or second effect once per turn, and only once per turn. Okay. Whoa, first effect. You contribute 1 worm monster to add a worm monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, and if you attribute a non-effect monster to activate this card, you can special summon it with its effects negated instead of adding it to your hand. Whoo, boy. That's actually wild. Wow. Okay. Second effect, if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from graveyard to add a TENYI card from deck to hand. This card's so clean. Wow, okay. So obviously this card is like pretty ashable, but I mean, even if you're looking at our format right now, Ash actually is not as widely played as it normally is, but still, it tributes for cost. Like, that's the only problem with Ash versus this card. Like, you tribute for cost. But if like you already activated the what's the light one? I can't remember his name right now. I'm blanking on his name. Not Shatana. Can't remember his name, but the light one, the like really good one that just like specialist from deck. If you activate that, like that's gonna get nashed for sure. And then this card can resolve. Interesting. The problem is like you special them from like, what are you specialing from deck that like you even care about? That's like another interesting part. Like what's his name? Mare is like the only one that you would special that even has like an active effect on field. Huh. Its effects are negated instead of adding it to your hand. Yeah, I mean, at least Mare is like whatever it is, a 2600 beater, whatever its stats are. Huh. This card's so interesting to me. I really like it. It lets you dodge certain things. Wow, I really like this a lot. I really do. I don't know. Sorry if I'm spending too much time reading it, but I really like Tenyis, and I think this card is actually really clean. I don't think it's a 3-of. It's not searchable because I don't believe it's searchable because it doesn't have Tenyi in the name, and I don't even think there's a card that searches the spells or traps anyway. No, there's not. So it's a good card, but I don't know if it's an automatic 3-of. But I think it's a nice, spicy, like, utility card. It can dodge stuff. It just extends you. It gives you a follow-up search on the next turn. And yeah, I think this card's pretty good. And then we finish up with a DRAGONMAID card. I'm sure everybody's excited for this. This is DRAGONMAID Cleanup, a normal trap card with 2 effects, but you can only use the first or second effect once per turn and only once per turn, so you gotta pick one and stick with it. The first effect says target 1 dragon monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls or has in their graveyard, return them both to the hand. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Dragonmaid monster from hand or graveyard in defense mode, but return it to the hand during the end phase. So this is pretty good. I mean, this is just like another piece of disruption. I don't know if Dragonmaids can search the spells or traps. I don't remember. I think they have a searcher. Don't they have a searcher? I can't remember. But this seems like it could at least be like a searchable, almost like compulse-like effect, where like you just set this as long as you have maybe one of the baby dragons on board, or it could be one of the bigger ones, but as long as it's not a fusion, you don't really want to be bouncing your fusions. But it's just an extra piece of disruption. And then the second effect is also pretty good, because you just banish this from your grave just to get a free special summon of another Dragonmaid. So it's just another extender on the next turn. And the monster doesn't even like get destroyed on the end phase, it goes back to your hand. So even if you were just dropping like a beater on board, it still goes back to your hand, so you can still potentially use it on your opponent's next turn, which is pretty cool. I think this card's pretty good, honestly. You know, pairing this, one of the things is that like Dragonmaids just didn't set up much of a board, and they didn't really do enough really going second. But I think this could be another just tool, like a 1-of or 2-of that's, if it's searchable, like you just helps you end on something legit. You end on the new boss monster that's coming in Eternity Code, and then you end on this. You could end on a bounce plus, I believe he's just a negate. So seems pretty good to me. I don't know. I like this card. I think it's pretty cool. I think the support's pretty cool. I think, honestly, the Machina stuff is a whiff, a big old whiff for me, but I think the Mathmech, I think the TENYI, and I think the Dragonmaid stuff all has potential to be legit for those respective decks. But let me know your guys' thoughts, as always, you know? Let me know what you think about these new cards. Let me know if you think I'm underestimating the Machina cards. Let me know if you think I'm overestimating the other cards, or whatever. Just let me know your thoughts down below. I'm always curious to see what you guys are thinking about the new cards and what's going on there. So I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. And I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Peace.